Alright, we live. Let's get down into some quadratics for add maths. We missed you 5 by 17 minutes, but every time I decide to do some work, I have a whole long day. But we're here and we're ready to get some things done. Shout out to all the add maths people. As soon as you reach on the live, you may be getting the update now. So as soon as you reach on, I would like for you to close off the live chat, press like, and it's been a while. Press like and turn back on the live chat and let's get into it, right? So we'll start with number 5 because it's add maths, right? So we can add on some numbers here and just start at number 5 or something. What are we trying to determine here, boy? What is this? What is this? What is this? F of x is equal to this thing. Is always less than p, some value p. F of x is always like, Are they catch what p is? Alright, let me see if we can get some answers. Let me get some answers. What is the value of p? So shout out to Ren, shout out to Easy, AZ, Brandon, Kevin, Navita, Jared first. Yeah, real good. Jelani, hello. This not live. What do you mean this not live? It's live. Oh, you're testing to see if it's live. Yeah. Look, I'm talking to you. Easy. Thank you for everything that you do. Blessings. So now we get this quadratics done. Hoping that we can get back into the 5 o'clock every day. I know we did that hardcore for maths. I was busy setting up classes and things. Some private stuff. Yeah. Let's get some answers. I'm seeing the questions about other subjects and things. We're coming through. You sounding a bit tired. Not that tired. Let's go. Answers for this question. So what is this that we are being asked here? This is the function f of x, and it is always less than or equal to p, which means p is the maximum value. In other words, they're asking you to find the maximum value. Now these questions we add maths multiple choice are some tricky questions. They will be asking the simplest of things in the most convoluted, weird language. Always remember that. They're asking you a simple thing like maximum, what's the maximum value of f of x? Basically that's what they're asking you here. Y value, the maximum value. So now it's time for me to show you how to do this on a calculator. Just walk away from this question very quickly. Calculator, where are you? Bring up ting. So why is those people? I'll show you 2 ways for those of you who have the hot top calculator. Boom. Right, and they should be seeing that there. So what we'll do is just straight up, just hit them this on your calculator, and you'll be like, you would be like, why people saying that song in strange? Maybe I'm using the wrong mic or something in this. Well, what mic is coming through, bro? Anyway, let me go for it. I'm not trying to fiddle with that. So mode, equation, quadratic equation, putting the A, the B, and the C. Now this is written back to front. This is really the A, this is really the B, this is really the C. So A is actually -3, B is -14, and C is 5. This thing going and mash up this for B, so -3, -14. If you understand how to use your calculator properly, all the quadratics questions is food. Say it after me. Say food. Equal. So this is the x1 value. We don't care about that. This is the x2 value. So that's like, so I can actually use that to factorize. Let me just go back to that quick. X1. So I can say this is like 3x minus 1 is one factor, and the next factor is x plus 5. Understand what I do there? Since it's a third, since x is equal to a third, this 3 comes up, so it's 3x, bring across the 1. And since x was equal to -5, I can bring across that 5. So this is how we factorize using your calculator. Oh gosh, the calculator blocking what I do here. and I was doing such great work. Let me back myself then. So I'll come back to this. We'll come back to that lesson. This lesson that important what I just show you there. How to factorize using your calculator. Yeah, that's really important. Hey, all you who in this live, well, you getting some good information. Eh? So just marinate on them information. Eh? The calculator is like a blessing for the multiple choice. So anyhow, I'm going to press equal on the calculator again. And here's the value of the maximum point, but that's the x value. That is the x value. With order. Let's see now. Across here. That's the x value. We want the value where f of x is always less than or equal to. And don't forget to pay the fees. So press equal again. And boom. 64 and 3. Who said B? Jared said B to begin with. Jared didn't know your thing. So the answer is B. Now, if you don't have the calculator, what is the long way to do this? Let's talk about that. Let's just clear everything. A, not everything. Right. So the long way to do it is to find this is the maximum point. We want to find this y value, and the y value of the maximum point is c minus b squared on 4a, or some people learn it as 4ac minus b squared on 4a. That ring a bell? Live not popping up. Oh yeah, X off the chat and press like on the live. Let the live pop. Wait now, we have calculators, so I'm not on. Yes, dog. Calculators. Alright, so 4AC, so you just plug in this value and you're good to go. So this is like, at the end of the day, this is probably more complicated to plug in on your calculator. This more complicated to put on your calculator than what is called thing? The calculator itself, the equation thing on the calculator. Let me bring back up the calculator and put in that. Boom. Hey, I'm moving the whole screen. You come across there. Yeah, a little smaller now, brother. Alright. Now you're doing it. So hopefully you can see that. I'm going to just plug in the values. So on fraction, in the wrong mode. So let's go back into that computation. That 4ac, that looking real complicated. Let's just put the c minus b squared on 4a. C in this case is 5 minus b squared. There's another way to do it that people let's do it. By the way, this is hard maths, eh? Oh, you use the calculator, bless. B squared 14 squared is how much? 196. 196 on 4 by a 4 negative 12 4a, right? 4 by negative 3, right? So I just use this. Let me see if we get the same 64, right? 64 and 3. So this is the next way to do it, and there's one more way to do it. This is the way I used to do it back in school when I didn't know better, but at least you're still getting the mark. The next way to do it is to say like you get the x value at turning point. How is do that? Is equal to negative b on 2a, right? Everybody know that minus b on 2a. Everybody know that, hopefully. And you get this value and you plug it back into the equation. That's the last way to do it. And you get this value, plug it back into the equation, and you're going to get the y value, the f of x value. So negative 14 on 2 by negative 3. So this is negative 14 on negative 6, which is like 7 and 3. Now we just examine that there and feel good about yourself. Negative, boom, bam, bing. Hopefully math's clicking. So 7 and 3, and then you just put that into that formula there in your calculator now. So at the end of the day, using your calculator one way or the other way to crunch up these fractions fast. So you might as well just use your calculator to the full extent and put in the whole quadratic equation in the calculator and let your calculator mash it up. Alright, anyhow, so let's just do this. 5 subtract 14 by 7 and 3. Now you can actually store 7 and 3 as like answer and then, or add a variable and then you use it again. 7 and 3, but nobody has no time for that. We just write it twice. Small thing. X squared. Boom. Hey! Something wrong here. Negative 14. 7 and 3 squared. Alright, let me try and put the square on the inside and see if I make a mistake. 5 minus 14. 7 and 3 minus 3. X squared. Lordy, B2A is negative 3, negative 6, 7 and 3, negative 14 minus B and 2A. I forget to put the subtract. Oh, negative out here, people, because it's negative B and 2A. Alright, that should sort me out there. This could be the same thing, 64 and 3. I don't need to put the negative here because it's squaring it now. But you could put it there if you're feeling thing. So yeah, bad enough. That's what we're talking about. Bad figure. Finally catch you live say something and I'll say, you good? Yeah, good, I don't know. That's the mic and that's something, that's it. Nice. So you all have the 3 ways there. So let's just go through this calculator use again to make sure everybody nice and crystal on this. Let's say we have this is a big time tutorial here. I'll press like on this video, let as much people come on. How to factorize a quadratic. This is supposed to just be raising a pause using a calculator. By the way, this is not something new. I have been showing students how to do this since a while now, and I know students doing this since I in school, factorizing a quadratic using a calculator, and some people just don't know, and my people perish for the lack of knowledge. How to factorize a quadratic using a calculator, right? So let's make up the factors ourselves so we can see it happen before our very eyes, right? Let's say the factors we're looking for is like x plus 5 and 2x minus 3. Boom. So let's take these factors and form our quadratic. Do it really. So it's like you are the teacher now. Look at me. You are the teacher now. You all are making up the questions now, right? So you know that little method where you multiply out everything. So again, 2x squared plus 7x, in the end it will be that minus 15. So this is the quadratic here. That's the quadratic. So you're taking this quadratic and I'm telling you, you can put this in your calculator. You can get the answers straight up. But what is the answers? The answers will be x equal 5 and x equal, not 5, negative 5, right? Because remember this will come across negative 5 and x equal 3 over 2 or 1.5. Good? Watch how you're doing this now, eh? So those are the answers. You can put this in your calculator straight up, get the answers. Or you can put it in your calculator and from the answer, factorize. And also you can get the minimum and the maximum point on the side. That's important for the AdMaths crew. And this is the AdMaths video. So let me see. Alright, you press mode, you press equation. Now even the sharp calculators can do this. You press 3 and you hit them the A, the B and the C. A, the B and the C, that's what you want, right? A is 2, B is 7, C is negative 15. So we get one value of x immediately. You understand what I did there? Alright, I can't go back. Yeah, I pressed the coefficients. So the coefficient of x squared, the coefficient of x and the coefficient of x to the power of 0. The coefficient, the constant that lines by himself. So it's 3 and 2. Yes, that's one of the answers here, over here. And if I press equal again, I expect to see negative 5. Boom, negative 5. So with your calculator, you can solve. Most of you all will know that already because I've been talking about that for years now. So how do you factorize knowing those answers? It's very simple. It's very simple. X is equal to negative 5. Bring across the 5. X minus 5. Well, it'll change to positive 5 now. This is one of the factors. Put that down there. What's the next thing we get? Let's go back and see. Next thing we got was x is equal to 3 and 2. Bring across these 2, so it will be 2x is equal to 3. Now you bring across the 3. 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. This is the next factor. Put that there. Now if you take a little peep back, let's go back into time and see something. It's the same thing. You just factorize the quadratic using your calculator. This does come in real handy. Sometimes you could be a maths boss and you make a mistake. The calculator don't generally make a mistake unless you make a mistake putting in the values. So with great power comes great responsibility. I hope you use that and it carry a fine life. Now, and next thing that they're asking you a lot, you're asking, I don't really pronounce words out. A lot in this maths multiple choice is minimum, maximum point, right? We just do a question with like the maximum point that asks it in a real weird way. So the maximum point, all you need to do is press equal one more time on this calculator and you'll get the minimum value. Well, if the A was negative, you'd have got the maximum value, right? But A is positive in this case, so you get the minimum value for X. So this means like you could get all these spots on this calculator, right? 3 and 2, negative 5, negative 5, 3 and 2. You could draw a whole graph based on this calculator. You know that this here has to be 15 because that's a constant by itself. Now, so negative 15, I think. Where this thing that we make up by negative 15, right? So that's negative 15, and this minimum point we're looking at a negative 7 on 4 and a negative 169 on 8. Now you can just leave them in that nice little fraction value, but if you don't like the fraction, let's press this as the thing, and you can see that this is like 21 or something. So my graph really not drawn to scale, but you catch the idea. Why is in the chat if you understand this completely? Any questions? When you press equal, you're not getting it. Amber, what do you say? Or you have this calculator though, the Casio FX115 years plus or something like that. You have that, right? Amber Skeet. So when you're doing functions and inequalities, we get chatting for tomorrow now. Alright, so we've seen some Y's popping there, so great. Let's try another question. We have some questions to do today. The only questions I do, the idea of the questions come in your I'll let you know this is a trusted source. This is a trusted source. And again, you know, once that thing that from GCE and SAT and thing, again, you think that, you know, tested for CSEC in the Caribbean. Now, you know, we're not publishing CSEC questions here because we ain't going through that. So all of these are from the mind of Colin Springer. Let's get what is another way to express the polynomial ax squared plus bx plus c. This is an easy thing. I'll give you the answer to this. So Amber, I have a video on YouTube with this calculator. Just look it up and you'll get to see me do it in slow motion and you just follow every single number I press. And you'll be able to do it, right? Answers for this question, you know, there's a little delay in the chat, so I'm waiting for the answers. finally going to do differentiation. Today is Wednesday. C, B, B, C, B, B. I want to just finish out add maths in a day. And I'm a real goal in life here. And just knock off add maths. I mean, you can do it now, but the things that just has something to do right after. Always has something to do. I have a meeting with some of my tutors from my private class. AX plus B is thing, blah, 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 blah. What is this? This is completing the square. Completing this square, so this is your H, and this one of these things had to be a K. What people are saying, but let me see. Most schools is give it in some kind of format looking like one of these. But this is the next way to write it as well. So this is correct. So C looking like the answer. C and B. Jaglal, C B. Most schools give it like 4AC minus B squared on 4A, but it has no squared in it. The A's don't have no squared. No squared there. So you have to use this one. This is the next, this and this is the same thing. I think CSEC, when they're giving this kind of question, will normally use this one. And so this was just me being a little facetious. But inside, I guess people is get programmed in life. But this is how you normally see it in textbooks. Some textbooks will have this. I actually tell students this is like the easier way to grab it out. This is correct. This is the H, B and 2A. Right? So let's just go through this quickly. How to complete D squared? AX squared plus BX plus C. You should have an idea of what I'm doing here. This is completing the square, the whole long method of completing the square. But I'm not even going to use numbers, right? First thing you do is take out the A. So this end up over A. I'll just take out the A out of the first two terms. And the next thing you do is add in half of this squared. Because we're trying to create a perfect square. So we're going to add in half of that squared. So we're going to say x squared plus, and this is like b on 2a squared. So what I'm really adding in here, boy, for the boys and girls out there, x over a, I'm going to add in b squared on 2a squared, so that's 4a squared. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now the whole scenario here is that when I add in this squared and I create this nice little perfect square here, you understand? Half of this squared adding in that creates a perfect square. That is just how life is work. When you're adding that, this A is going to cancel with that A. And in the end, you're just subtracting, because anything you add, you have to take it back out. B squared 4A. So we line up the K already. And the trick with this, once you create this perfect square, you could just see now and say this is the same as B on 2A. Remember when you get half of it, and you just put the square there, and what people do is convert this form to this form over one denominator now. So watch this, marinate on this, do this for yourself. As an AdMath student, you should be able to complete the square using this method. Any numbers they put in here, whether A is negative, you should be able to complete the square using this method and not have to rely on your calculator, ding, or your the formula method where you have H is B and 2A and K is this. You should be able to know how to take all this, the A, factorize all the A, create the perfect square, subtract out what you put in, and move on with your life and thing. Right, next question. Alright, explaining each question in depth and thing here, boy. What is this? Number 3. How much people you have any dance? 41. And they try and let me stay in the 40s steady now. 41 people. This AdMaths crowd. This AdMaths crowd. Yep. Let's get the answers for number 3. We have more likes than viewers. AdMaths. Strange things is just happening this AdMaths live. Some of the viewers went on a break. Let's get the answer for number 3. Answers for number 3. July is fast approaching and should be pushing a lot out now. The answer is yes. What? A, B, C, or D? C says Justin. So when we start in the chem, we'll see. Right now, boy, I went and put so much on my plate these days. Real hectic behind the scenes. The range of values for which f of x, well, we're supposed to start the chem and physics soon. At least do a little thing. You all have the whole of organic chemistry up. The range of values greater than 0. So this is an inequality in disguise. This is a quadratic inequality. Because it's saying f of x, which is this, is greater than 0. So you're just solving the quadratic. I'll do the easy way first, the calculator way, the 1 second way, and show you what to do. Then I'll go through the whole long method to show you all the theory behind it. But especially those who understand it really good, calculator way, give up yourself now, just trying to minimize this thing. Yep. Right. So now you're going in the mode, is turn on and no, wrong mode. Equation mode, and you hit the little quadratic thing there. That is number 3. Put in the 3. Equal is like enter. -11 equal -4. Boom. So we're going to get the key points 4 and -2. 4. Did I say 4? Ooh, those answers have -4 in them. So that was a mistake when I was writing. Oh, I know what happened. I forget to erase the negative from all of these here. You notice that that's copy and paste now. Earlier, blame it on me. So negative. So yeah. So 4 and -1/3. What's happening here? Did I mix up these two signs? 3, -11, -4. Oh boy. Negative. Is the answer even here now? You do the calculator and get the answers. Yeah, that's because I made a mistake. But anyhow, let's just forget about those answers for now. I have to fix that. Let me write that and note down. Number 3, answers in a mess. Right. So how do we solve this? How do we get the inequality that satisfies this inequality? The range of values that satisfy this inequality, range of values of x. You get your answer, you get the key points 4 and -10, right? So you get 4, -10. Pay close attention to which one is the lower one, and you realize that it's a minimum. So you draw your curve like this, you write in your -1/3 and your 4, and you want it for when it's greater than 0. So you are looking at values lower than this or higher than this. It's a disjoint set. Meaning it's not going to be a set like one of these or one of these. It has to be like one of these, separate, and it has to be less than. So this would be the correct answer. Less than -c. So those who was aiming at like the C life, that would be the correct answer. -1/3 and greater than the 4. Why is in the chat if you understand that? Ask me any question. I answer that question and have no correct answer. You have to graph the root. So this is the fastest way to do it. Fastest way, hands down, to do it. Let's just do another question clean from scratch. Once again, I'm just going to create the quadratic here, ignore this part. Let's say I had this quadratic, right? 2x squared minus 3 minus x negative 3, right? Let's say we had this quadratic and I want it for when it's less than or equal to 0. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put it in my calculator very quickly. This is the fastest way to do it, right? I'll show you the long way just now. Put it in the calculator, come up in the calculator, man, right? And put in the values. I don't know why I went in a circle so many times. 2, -1 is the b, and -3. It's like a few seconds you're taking to do that. You get your x, you get your 2x values, you get your -1, and I think we got what? 3 and 2? 3 and 2. So watch out for which one is higher, right? The -1 is always lower if it's a negative and a positive. So now you just draw your graph very quickly, or that's all you do. And you put 1 here, -1, 3 and 2, and then you see what it is they want. What they want? What they want? They want it less than or equal to 0, so it has to be in between. Those are the only time the values, like any value here, if I have an x value here, it will be less than, because this is the 0 line, right? That is, this is the line, the x-axis, and on the x-axis, y is equal to 0, whatever it is. Y would actually be somewhere about here, so, but we don't need to draw the y. So it means it's in between. It's like in between us. So you put your x here, x must be less than or equal to 3 and 2, and more than or equal to -1. Notice the direction this thing facing, and they're always testing you, and that's in these kind of multiple choice. Why is in the chat if you understand that? This will take like 5 seconds to do, if you get really good. So you can do that on the sharp. Yes. On the sharp, there's an equation. That's a specific sharp. That's I like the modern sharp, the 501, or there's the new modern sharp with the solar panel. If your sharp don't have a solar panel, don't even type anything in this chat. It probably can't do it, right? But the sharp with the solar panel can do that. That'd be funny if this emulator that I have a solar panel here. And if it was working, imagine that. Alright, let me stop talking ridiculousness. Hey, Mr. Just coming from school. Yeah, bless her. Alright, so that's that. Let's just look at one more example. Like if I'm just making the quadratic here, pay no attention to this. 3 plus x, let's see we had something like that. 6. Why can't I think? Minus x, minus x squared. However, I want to do this, and let's say we're looking at less than or equal to 0. So you put it in your calculator. This is the fastest way, right? I'm going to show you the long way just now. So you'll have a few ways to do it and correct yourself now. So when you get that emulator, I really forget, but use Google now, you'll be able to spot it, man. You will get it. Ax squared, a is -1. Now when they give you the thing backwards, so don't type, a is -1 in this case. They have a few backwards questions for you. -1, b is -1 again, and c is 6. Equal, you get your 2, remember? 2. And you're looking at 3. 2 and -3, right? 2 and -3. So 2 higher, -3 here. You draw your curve. Now I'm not going to draw this curve. Why am I not have to draw it like this now? Because a is negative, so there's a maximum point. -3, 2, and I want it for when it's less than 0. That's going to be here. It's what you're looking for when the graph is underneath the line. Less than 0 means under the line. So that's a disjoint set. So you're going to write it separately. You'll write like x must be less than or equal to -3, and you can put this union if you're feeling happy, and x must be more than or equal to 2. That's why I write behind the calculator, more than or equal to 2. Why is it chat if you understand this method perfectly? Now let's take this equation and the next one and go and figure out how to do this the long boring way, which is basically just without the calculator factorizing. Let's do it with this one too. Copy. I'll try to do it as fast as possible. Alright, so you factorize this, and x minus 3, 2 minus x. What was x minus 3? 2 x plus 3, 2 minus x. X plus 3, 2 minus x. X plus 3, 2 minus x. You're assuming at 0, at f of x is equal to 0, this will be x is equal to negative 3 and x is equal to 2. So once you get the values, you proceed with your... So in other words, the long way just factorizing to begin with. How are quadratics apply to everyday life? What benefit is obtained by understanding these remarkable concepts? Question mark. Why? Well, everyday life, you're not really going to use this, I mean, in your everyday life. I mean, there are applications of quadratics in your everyday life where it was used, but you personally not going to use it in your everyday life, right? So you could multiply my negative 1 and sub inequality. Yes, you can do that. But why would you do that? It's a whole extra step. Just because you're afraid of negative sign by all stuff. Just because you're afraid of a negative sign. So once again you factorize this. 2 negative 3x plus 2x minus 3. 2x squared. 2 x into 2x minus 3 plus 1, 2x minus 3. So you factorize, you get your answers, and you move along with your life. Let's go back to the question now. So this question, now the thing is, the idea behind the question is simple. They were asking a simple thing. They were asking you to find the solve a quadratic inequality, but it's kind of weird how they write it, right? So pay attention to this kind of thing. They say if the range of values, let's get this calculator out of the way. The range of values for f of x is more than or equal to 0, given f of x is this. They could just say, take this and put that there. 3x squared minus 11x minus 1. By they I mean me. We could write it like that. But they will come with these kind of phrases in CSEC. So you use the inequality feature. You know what, I kind of forget how to use that now. Let me see if I could bring that up. This calculator, 1, inequalities, 1, yeah, right, I remember. And you put it in, and you solve it. Let's try one of the inequality features just for my boy Jared D. So 2x squared minus x minus 3 is less than or equal to 0. So you see that less than or equal to 0 there. Oh, you want to see how I find this? So press mode, press 1 down, inequalities is 1 now, press 1. We not dealing with cubic, we just stick with the quadratic, power 2, press 1, press 4, type in your A, B, and C, 2, negative 1. Jared, you use a man studying my videos, boy. Equal, they get the whole answer straight up. Okay, this is the easiest method. I take it back. This is the easy. This is too easy. When you see this in your paper, say too easy. Too easy. Which is the reason why I tell you, get to know your calculator really good. Some of the shops can do this. Some of the Casios can do this. Your calculator built to crunch numbers. Yes, a solid timetable has been confirmed. It's on the CSEC website. We went through that like about 2 weeks ago, man. 2 weeks ago. Alright, so let's do our next question. The range of values. Okay, we have an next inequality to do here, but this inequality extra simple, boy. unsaved the photos. We write a lot already today, you know. 11 slides. Boom. That's the question there, calculator anyway, move calculator. Right. So yeah, how to find them shortcuts. I do understand this sign placement. I have a video on inequalities, quadratic inequalities. Look it up for the full description, but I'll be doing some more. Right here. Now this is a quadratic, but it's missing the whole B term. When a quadratic missing the B term, it's missing the most venomous part of the quadratic. When a quadratic like this, you could solve that soldier easy, you know. You just bring across that 18 like this, so divide by 2, you get 9. So you're looking at x is like plus or minus 3. There's a little more involved here. Plus a negative 3. And which one of these will work? Well, you need to take a little peek at what they want here. You draw a curve. Your curve is a minimum because a is positive. And you know you're dealing with negative 3, positive 3. Why writing positive? 3. And so it's one out of these. Skip C, not U. Alright, and which one will it be? You're looking at less than 0. Let me get some answers now. You know answers in the chat. This is add maths, eh? By the way, this is add maths. If you're understanding a maths in the math situation, don't get frightened. This is add maths. That's why I have add maths right in the video title. Why people say A though? Is A the correct answer? Yes, A is the correct answer. So x is more than this and less than that at the same time. Vibes. Just for kicks, let me put in the calculator too. Just for kicks out here. Because you know you want to solve things using 2 methods at all times. At all times you must put 2 methods. So we're still in the inequalities mode here. You put in your 2. There's no B, what to do? 0. Negative 18. Boom. Come on calculator, just give me the answer. It's too easy. It's too easy. Now, the first question, I made a mistake when I was watching it just now. Let me just write down this. Number 1 mistake as well. In that I put a cube instead of a square. So y'all, when you're seeing cube in this question, it really means square. Let's get the first question done. Just 2 more questions to go, y'all. Hold the feet. But I am literally showing you the method for, I would say, maybe 4 questions will come similar to these. Must bring some kind of maximum minimum point, must bring some roots thing, must bring some inequality thing. That's 3 questions. May bring a quadratic graph thing. Yeah, about 4 questions here. And when you study that, you add maths, multiple choices, 45 questions. Again, you're getting things here. I am not your father, Dylan. I have no child by the name of Dylan Baran. Okay, thank you. To represent puppetry. What? Okay, whatever. That's not for me, that's for somebody else. The values of x, right? So this is not cube, this is square, right? I meant squared here. They basically asking to solve a quadratic equation, but they so know that people getting so sick at solving quadratic equation, they're hiding the soldier up in all kind of fancy ways here. So we need to do a little expansion, a little bring across, then it's calculator time. Expand, bring across, calculator time. Alright? Or factorizing time. Actually, calculator time, them numbers looking rather big. So 16 squared is 256. So we're looking at x plus what? 32. X. The brain working. 256 is equal to 72x. Bring that across. How much we gain by 40? Negative 40 actually. X plus 256. I hope this could work out and I didn't do nonsense. It's not inequality, so we can leave this alone. Actually, you could put it in here and just take away the two things in the inequality here, but let me do the equation. 3, calculator time. X is 1. Okay. Negative 40. Some people write some strange things there, man. This is not that kind of chat, my friend. 256. So you can add that 32 and an 8. Where's the 32 and the 8? Boom. And this is supposed to be x squared. Yeah, x squared. I left all the square by accident. X squared. That's correct. X squared, 32x, 250. Anyway, we get answers, yes? So it's 32 and 8 is the answer. Why isn't it chat if you understand that? Now, if you were to do this by yourself, 32 and 8, so if you get in a quadratic, they could bring a quadratic like this with like big numbers to kind of throw you off. But you have the calculator, my friend. You have the calculator. So you're good. To figure this out, that's so right. Negative 32 by negative 8. You have to play around with that 256 a little bit before you reach this negative 40, because I mean them numbers not in your head just so, right? But the calculator. Last question. Last question and we out of here. How long we take? 50, right, so like an hour. Not bad. Not bad. So we're in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this is 6. You're not seeing the number, but I'm telling you this is 6. Given that x is greater than 0. See, the questions be kind of looking weird, but it's an easy thing. Given that x is greater than 0, determine which set of values. Oh, this is the inequality when they cut off inside the inequality. And they hide up the quadratic too. This is still in quadratic. This is still a quadratic. Hidden. Crouching tiger. Hidden quadratic. Can we do functions? Yeah, we could do, I could do anything, but we call it that George for now. I need that day when I could do a long session. And again, the time right now, x minus 1, bring across, so x squared minus, just like what I did in the math, I did a long session and knock off whole long topic. Right. Bring across the 12 then. Right. Now I'm getting some bacchanal here because I'm getting 4 and I'm getting negative 3. If you watch that inequality and you solve that, you'll get 4 and negative 3 as the point values. But x must be greater than 0. So you're ignoring that negative 3. Only the 4 important. So 0 and 4 are the key values. Look at where you're coming from. 0 and 4 are the key values here. Alright, when you solve this inequality, you whip out your calculator now. Alright, they probably come for you in this question and they say, you like calculator, we ready for you. You come through and you do your little inequality thing that Jared showed you. You press 1, where you have less than 0, so you press 2, and you put in the values 1, negative 1, and you're like, I have them now. Negative 12, boom, you press equal, and you see negative 3x4 watching you there. But move across that calculator, not the calculator. Move across the calculator, and you not see no negative 3. Because they tell you to begin with x not even going down. X is positive. X is positive numbers. It's not going down to that negative 3. So we're looking at values. Forget about that negative 3. We had to bring them up a little bit. Forget about that. Just change that to 0. B is the answer. You understand what I'm saying? Why isn't it chat if you understand what I'm saying? Look out for this question. This is like if they're saying x is positive or x is negative. If they say x is positive or x is negative. If they said x is negative, well, you're going to ignore the 4 side. And you're going to start on 0 and go down to the negative 3. Right now my camera inverted. So I'm going to the right and this thing going to the, I don't know what they're going to. To the right, and you'll see this to the right hand. But it should be flipped so that when I point so, I really want to point this way. You know? Anyhow, this question is probably a brain teaser. So why are you ignoring the negative 3? Because they say x must be greater than 0. Negative 3 not even in the question to begin with. No, it's like this. Let me show you what I mean. You draw your curve, right? You do so. And you get negative 3, you get 4. But they told you don't study that. Don't study no values that lower than there. So the inequality is actually this part here. The inequality is actually 0 to 4. I want you all to marinate on this. These kind of questions will come where they cut the inequality in 2. And they normally cut it with that x is greater than 0 or x is less than 0. Think about it, vibes. That's to go there. I'll come back in, and there's some more in quadratics like alpha, beta, gamma, and some other things that I should come back into that tomorrow. I want to do a lot, boy. I want to do a lot. Anyhow, it was nice. Good to have, we had about 40 people here consistently. Good to have you in chat, coming out the exams, really run over all the questions you compiled. I don't think I'll be able to do a question bank for AdMaths, at least within the next week or 2. Let's have a lot on my plate right now, but we gonna pick up that magician. Jaren, all the best, young governor, young GVDD, Dylan. Well, I don't think it'll come too hard. At least harder than it normally comes. I'm gonna put it that way. Nah, I didn't take it any, Justin. I tell you, I was just doing interviews right through the day. Right now, I'm interviewing to have some tutors for my maths, CSEC maths. You all those who are registering for CSEC maths, and I tune you away. I don't know if there's anybody here who informed for. The CSEC maths class was full, so I was turning away people, but I make a new class now on Mondays. So things back in the game. I can start back registering. That new class will start in July. The update for the question bank for the maths is live. You can download, re-download. If you bought your question bank already, you just go on in your history, go back to the download page, and that download page is accessible for 3 months. So I can make updates and things, and you just go back and download the updates. It's sweet. It's sweet. So go back on your, that's why if you buy it through PayPal, if you bought it through manually, just go back where I sent you the book and the update will be there. Anything else to see, boy? So you don't need to pay extra for the updates. Some people are saying, oh gosh, update the book and I buy it over again. No. That wickedness. That wickedness. So once you buy the book once, you're good to go. CSEC for maths is next month, the 27th. Tomorrow, peace and blessings. We back in the game. Let your friends them know.